Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Good to have you guys here. Let's get rid of that timer. It's from our stream last time. Okay, I have an hour and 10 minutes to get my raid stuff done, and I was like, hey, they just dropped the update for the Bad Batch no longer having the tier 7. I have Gear 8 Bad Batch that I kept at Gear 8 specifically so that way I could test this for you guys. So let's test for about 30 minutes and then lock in all of our scores really quick. In fact, I might just lock in some scores first just to make sure I get stuff and I don't run out of time by accident. In fact, let me just go do my Jedi Vanguard run just for fun. Because I don't have to remod my Jedi Vanguard at all. I could just throw my Jedi Vanguard in and go, yeah, you guys got this. And then we're just gonna throw in you and sure, Ayla Sakura. That works. I think that should be just fine. Barris we can use for the other team. I don't know who we're gonna use for the 5th, but hey, just throw that in and call it good. Yes, they did change something here. We'll pull it up right now. So there was a glitch happening in the, gosh, that's bright. There was a glitch happening in the raid where the Bad Batch were receiving the tier 7 modifier on all tiers. And the tier 7 modifier, I'm not going to pull it up right now. It gives a whole bunch of boosts. I'll pull it up in just a moment. Let me just get through this battle. He's not a leader, so it doesn't really make sense, and I can't hit AoE because everyone has counterattacks right now. I think I might actually have to remod these guys just to make sure that they can get through this. Oh, gosh. Yeah, there goes the first one. I don't want to remod. Whatever. Okay, I guess I'll remod in just a sec. Let's test this. But yeah, the Bad Batch thing is, let's see. Bad Batch bonus, 100% accuracy. Whenever an enemy is dispels marked, they get marked for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. And Lord Vader gains 10 seconds of execute. Stealth characters deal 50% more damage. Non-stealth characters take 50% less damage when targeted. So essentially, it's a huge boost. Like it really is. But I'm hopeful that we can still do some good stuff with the Bad Batch regardless. We could, so before we remodded our Bad Batch, hold on, actually, I don't think these guys actually have mods on them. Let me fix that. Yeah. Basic auto assign. We were doing auto assign mods for all of them, and we were able to get roughly somewhere in the area of, wow, garbage mod. Somewhere in the area of like 225 every time. So we're gonna shoot for something like that with no special mods, and then we'll try full mod. I already have a mod loadout like ready to go here, and so we'll try a full mod loadout after that and see if we have like if we have good mods, we'll be fine. So. No, we don't want to do that. I want to upgrade the ones that aren't 15 up to 15. Why is he having awesome offense? Okay. No speed. Fantastic. Great mod. Love it. Okay. Get rid of the basic, and we're just going to get an offense mod. Sure. That's potency. Tenacity. Sure, take the potency mod. Okay. There we go. We have auto assign mods. We have Gear 8. Let's go in and see what this does. Yeah. Relic 5 Beck can do without Jocasta, Depa, Temple Garden, no remodding. Oh gosh, the highest they can do? I don't know. Without remodding? I'm not sure. I gotta remember how I'm doing this. We'll do this. Mark him. Oh, that was the wrong ability. I'm gonna restart because that was actually a really poor choice on my part. Hitting that AoE is like one of the worst decisions I can make. Yeah, with remodding, you could technically get a full score, but like without remodding, you're looking at like you can get like 600k. Dang, we lost Batcher right there. Okay. Ooh, we lost 3 people already. Yeah, we're gonna lose Batcher. Okay, let's try it again. Does Banff need all his Zetas for the raid? I'd have to go read through his Zetas. I don't think so, honestly. Yeah, not great for our first time because we were getting like an average of 225 with just auto-assigned mods last time. We'll do a couple tries like this where we're doing, you know, just kind of auto-assigned, and then we'll do a little bit of non-auto-assigned where we like focus more on more like purposeful modding, and then we'll swap out for like good modding, you know what I mean? So we'll try out a couple different things. We're not just gonna like leave it at, oh, you have to remod amazingly. We want to really see, you know, what's possible here. No one. If we could heal him, just basic and try and kill him off. No, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we're losing people like crazy. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go do purposeful modding. How about take some of the Bad Batch to gear 9, 10 because most of them don't need Kyro. Yes, like 100% people can take them to gear 9, gear 10. I want to test at the bare minimum to see what we can pull off. Because if we can pull this off with 0 Zetas, gear 8, that is minimal investment. You got these guys to 5-star, like that's basically it. That's what we're testing here. Like this isn't like this stuff isn't about me getting a good score. I don't care about getting a good score. I can get a good score with my Jedi Master Mace Windu, my Tarkin clones. I can get a good score. This is about trying to get the best that we can and seeing if it's still viable to do minimum requirements. Honestly, if you bring them to gear 10, I don't think it's a bad thing. I do think that, you know, there's only so much that you want to actually put into a team that you're probably never going to use if this is one of those teams where you're just bringing them up to 5-star and then never touching them again. So, I don't know. CG killed the raid. I don't know. We're testing. I mean, to be fair, these auto-assigned mods are garbage. Like, our Crosshair has an offense an offense arrow and a crit damage triangle with no speed on him. So like these auto assign mods are garbage right now. So we're gonna remod real quick, and we will circle back around. We're just gonna use the same sets as the game suggests, just because I don't wanna have to do it where I'm like going and looking up everything. Okay, let's see. Fastest mod is going to be you. Take that. And we're not looking for like the most amazing, we're looking for just like good essentially. We'll take that one. Hunter. What we're gonna have to look up what these guys want. What does Hunter want? Sorry, flashbang. Flashbang through the door. Anyone play the original Modern Warfare 1 and 2 religiously as a kid? No? Just me? Hunter Mercenary, best mods. We are looking for... okay, so we're looking for potency, and we're looking for protection. Okay, so this is going to be a potency... No, potency and protection. So, protection, we'll take that one. You're not looking for amazing. Potency. And then this just needs to be speed. That's a potency. Hold on. We want speed potency. There we go. And that's just a speed mod. Sweet. So that character's done now. Wrecker is what? I mean, I'm not. I honestly do enjoy Cantina farms because they're easy to get. So, hey Eric, good to see you, my friend. They have not nerfed undersized squads yet. The only change they've made is to the Bad Batch, the current moment, Robert. I'm just hoping the solos can beat out tier 0. Here's to hoping. We haven't seen any changes for that stuff. Okay. Let's see. Next up is good ol' Wrecker. That's not how you spell Wrecker. There's no Q in Wrecker. There should be, though. Health, tenacity. Okay, health, tenacity, speed, protection. Got it. So health and tenacity mods, and we're looking for protection percentage specifically. Do that. This is going to be a speed mod, and we'll grab, we need tenacity, so grab that one, and then this is going to be a tenacity mod of some type. Hello. That's not fully leveled. Okay, there's some more specific modding for him. Who's next? We got Crosshair. Hello, Crosshair. Crosshair. Offense and crit chance. With, I'm guessing, a crit damage and an offense? Yep, crit damage and an offense. Got it. Easy enough. Offense, crit damage. Merry Christmas. Offense. Sure. Okay, so we got the offense, we got the crit damage. Now we just need some offense mods. Alright. Now, what's this? Okay, that's good enough. This is going to be... Get out of here. Sure. And this needs to be a speed mod. Okay, Crosshair now has some speed. Omega. Omega is speed health, I'm assuming. It's typical, like, leader stuff, and she definitely needs the speed. Although she does have some stuff in her kit to kind of mitigate that. Speed, health. Yep. Okay, so we're looking at speed, protection, and tenacity. Interesting. Okay, okay. We're just gonna go with the go-to for this character, just because we don't want to, you know, have to remod this. Sure. Okay, now we got to be careful on giving the character too much speed, so it's unrealistic. This is going to be a protection mod, and then we need a get rid of this. We need a health mod. That's 19 health, yeah, or 19 speed. How about not? And then this can just be that. And just like that, we have some decent mods on the characters. Okay. They're now built for what they would be for PvP without going too far. I think they're only interested in nerfing the dark side clone splits. That looks like the big thing, although there are quite a bit of like Jedi Vanguard splits right now as well. So we'll see what they do. Hey Tamoy, welcome, welcome. With Killer and Break, what is the best team? Oh gosh, I gotta remember. If you don't have Joe Cast and New, I believe it's Keller and Beck, Barris Offie, and then after that I've seen a lot of people do Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, and I think the other one they're using is either Shaak Ti or Qui-Gon. How's it looking with the Sad Batch? So before we were able to auto-assign mods and get a 225. This time we couldn't get even through the, like, we'd lose. We couldn't get any score besides, like, 20,000. So, with auto-assign. So this is now PvP modding, not great modding, but just PvP modding. And then I do have a raid loadout that I will try applying after this to see if, you know, even with max mods, what we can do. I don't like Hunter being my fastest, because if I understand how the mechanics work, I'd like him to be second fastest. So let's see if we can't give just a little bit more speed to our Omega to make her go first. Which we had a mod here that we can steal. Not only unassigned, my bad. Let's see. Sort by speed. Where was it? Was it in here? Oh, it was this one right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Okay, so hopefully that'll be the last little bit I need to make her first. There you go. She's still too fast. Okay, a couple more speed coming into Omega. We can lift this one up a bit. Is this one? Okay, yeah, we need a speed mod here. Okay, so speed, 5 dot, sort by speed, and we have that mod right there. It's not tenacity, but hey, we can take it. 13, 12, 15. Okay. Do I calculate? No, I refuse to go calculate because it requires reading kits. Okay, there we go. That's how I'd like to see it. Still don't like the idea of him going first. I think I'd probably save that ability in the future. Okay, we're gonna hit that. Already, this is looking so much better. So with just a little bit of purposeful modding, this looks like I'm not really gonna have many problems. Not really any point hitting that ability. Just kill off him. Go ahead and use that. Wow, a dodge. I love the dodge. Thank you. It's what I've always wanted, is a dodge. Okay, we got Wrecker back. Oh, I was hoping to get... Oh! We still got the kill. Sick. Hit the AoE. We might even actually be able to save the... I don't think we have enough turn meter. We do! Look at that, guys. We were able to save the first Jedi. Solid. Ooh, we lost her. We lost her. Let's go in on you. Hit that. Go ahead and... Let's try and get rid of this guy. Okay, sweet. Hit him. Just a basic... Well, this, even though he's gonna die, will this at least give us stacks? Because if so, we can try and save Omega. Not really. I might be able to do something really stupid here. I just saved Omega by just spamming hitting him because he had enough stacks that we could take our time. And so instead I just started hitting him to ramp up our stacks because we were killing two people off too fast. That's actually really, that's big brain right there. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay. Give a hit there. Solid. Go ahead and heal him. Let's go ahead and hit that. Everyone in. Yeah, so it looks like with just like kind of regular modding that you would do for PvP. Granted, I did mess with some mods on Omega specifically just for the sake of making sure she goes first and passes things around. But like, honestly, I think this would work kind of regardless. I don't think that actually would affect things too much. So like, I don't know, this is looking really good. And now I'm going to milk it here for a second because he's not going to be able to reduce enough. And we can wait till he comes out of stealth and then just finish him off. And there you go. Now we're at 290. All we need is, I think, is just one person to take a turn. And bada bang, bada boom, we're in business for a full score. Yep, right there. Full score. Batcher can hit stealth foes. Is that a Zeta, though, Rodeo Clown? Ignore stealth and taunt during her turn. Yeah, that's a Zeta. Why do they keep putting contradictory feats that make me waste extra battles of conquest energy on these stupid sector bosses? Don't give me a feat that forces me to use Enoch, but other feats where I can't use supports. Yeah, it's annoying, I agree. Or, like, you know, use only dark side units, win with 5s. And it's like, okay. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one more time. See if we can't get it done. Oh gosh, hold on. Before we do this, how much time do I have? 42 minutes. Okay, I need someone to remind me in like 20 minutes to do my raid attempts, because otherwise I'm going to forget and my guild is going to be pissed at me and I'm going to get no raid rewards. Okay. Last try for this strat. If it works, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm actually going to save the middle ability for now. We're going to hit this. We'll call him in to assist. Rude, cleansing all that stuff off of us. Okay, we lost Wrecker. Just basic. We could do a heal, or we could get him killed off. Okay, gone. Dang. Okay, we got our Wrecker back. We don't have the Zeta. Okay, I think we're not going to be able to get through these guys without them dropping the stuff, so we're going to have to go through it just like we did last time. We get to hit this. Now we get to... Dang, those guys are like so close. Go ahead and hit that. Ooh, that's like an insta-kill. We'll save that. Rude. Rude. Kill him. Heal him up. And kill him. Okay, yeah, this is like looking like a max score, period. I don't like having him have the fact that he has Order 66 or whatever it's called it's rough. Go ahead and finish off him while he's not stealthed. We can afford the AoE. Let's do it just to hit all those exposes. Finish off him. And now we just wait. Sweet. And then we do that. And that's a max score. Boom, max score. Okay. This is all Gear 8. This is Gear 8 Bad Batch. Okay, I've never recorded using OBS before, so we're going to attempt to record using OBS, and we're going to record a video really quick talking about this. So... Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Now, we've been doing some testing. There's recently been an update where they nerfed the Bad Batch a little bit in the new raid, and so we were worried that these guys wouldn't be able to do much at low gear, or, you know, do stuff on the tiers that they can do and that type of thing. And so I've been doing a little bit of testing here on stream, so everyone in chat say hello to YouTube. But we are sitting here and we've been testing it a couple of times, and initially, during our initial testing, when the raid first came out, we found that Gear 8 Bad Batch could be able to do the like 225k on the tier 0 with just auto assigned mods, and then if you gave them good mods, then it was an absolute breeze. And so when it came to this, we wanted to try it with auto-assigned mods first. Tried that out. We really couldn't get anywhere. It was looking really scary, and I was kind of worried. But after doing some more testing, we moved up. We didn't move up to like the greatest mods like I was using before. We moved up a tier to like mods based off of what Swigo.gg suggests, and throwing on a little bit of additional speed on the characters. I did a little bit of extra modding on Omega just because I wanted her to be first when I was doing this, and so all of the mods that we used are what is suggested on Swigo.gg for the primary. So if you're wondering what the primaries are, just go check Swigo.gg. But we had our Omega with 100 additional speed, so she was a little bit better modded. We have, you know, 85, so that kind of like 60 to 90 additional speed is the area we were looking for when we were modding these characters. And so, you know, these aren't like amazing mods, but they are good mods. But this is also how you would mod them for PvP. And so that's kind of what we were looking at, was to mod them like they were going to do some PvP playing. And so, you know, these are the mods that I used, and I've been able to get a full score every time. And of course, these characters, I have them at Gear 8. You could take them up to, you know, Gear 9, Gear 10, and it's not going to really cost you much Kairos. In fact, I think it's Crosshair you can take up to Gear 11 before he requires Kairos. All his Kairos are at Gear 11. And you could take him up and make this easier on yourself, maybe reduce some modding on your side. You could also bring up their star level, of course. I have them all at 5-star, except for, I think, Batcher I have at 6-star. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Just to kind of go over the mechanics, for those of you who are not familiar with this team, who might be jumping in with this team for the first time, essentially, when you hit a target, you can then hit that target again, and every subsequent attack that you hit that target with, you're going to gain stacks of a buff. Now, that buff's going to increase your damage and other things like that. Super nice. But when any of your characters get reduced down to 0 health, they do not die. Instead, they get held hostage or captive. I don't remember the name of the debuff. We're not going to go for keywords here. We're just talking about base mechanics. And they have a certain amount of turns before they just die permanently. But if you get enough stacks of that buff that you get from hitting the same person over and over again, you can bring them back and they don't die off. And so you just utilize that to basically, if one of your guys dies, you just keep hammering on the same individual. Now, I don't know if we'll see it when we're doing this right now, but you can, if you kill one of the clones and you can get to Lord Vader, you can spam Lord Vader if people are dying off too easily, and just spam Lord Vader to get those stacks up and bring your people back. And so don't be afraid to hold off on using the special ability that saves a Jedi, and just spam Lord Vader with some attacks just to be able to get your characters back. It's a pretty solid thing to do. Overall, with Omega, you have a heal that also heals protection. You have a basic that's just going to deal a little bit of damage. And then you got this one that's going to give them basically permanent stealth on your team. And then you're also going to get a whole bunch of like speed up and that type of stuff. So we're going to hit that ability right here with with him, we haven't dealt damage to the enemy, so we can't start building the stacks that we have. So I actually like to basic right here, because this is essentially a mass swarm. And so I like to just hit the basic right here. We tried it the other way. It doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but it was definitely something worth going for. Essentially, all you got to keep in mind with these abilities is the last ability hits twice, so you can spam some extra stacks if you need it. But you can see here we now have like the little target like you have bounty hunters. So, you know, damage this enemy to gain target practice. And so now we can go in and mark him and go attack him. Whenever you have Crosshair, a lot of people will say to call Crosshair in because it'll reduce the stacks and get him to dealing damage faster. I prefer to always bring in Hunter because you can get more target practice because he calls in an assist. Either way, I don't think it's going to hurt you too much. Avoid AoEs at all times. This is basically the only AoE on this team. You're basically going to never use it just because it will reduce the stacks on Vader. And so you're just going to go straight through Fox as much as you can, as fast as you can. And then after you get through Fox, you go for Apo over here, and that's basically it. Okay, so here we lost our wrecker, and so he has the captive on him, and so we need to get 30 target practices to get him back. And so we don't really need any healing. I'm just gonna basic here, just to, oh my gosh, those dodges are gonna kill me. I think that's the third time I've seen a dodge, but we're just gonna do that. And we're just going to use that mass swarm now that we saved to be able to, you know, try and get ourselves some target practice on our team and be able to get ourselves closer to rescuing our person. He is now gone. We're now going to focus on Apo. Let's see. We got some turn meter here. Yeah, let's go ahead and use that ability. And we're going to focus on Apo. I am going to use the heal here. Keep him alive as much as possible. And we'll call in Hunter to get that assist. Unfortunately, we lost Wrecker this time, which is definitely unfortunate. We probably will have to go in and spam the Lord Vaders to make sure that we can get our Omega back. So, like, now that we can target Lord Vader, we can just sit here and kind of farm target practice if we don't get stunned. Holy crap. That stunning is really rough. This is like the worst run I've ever seen. Wow. Right when we're recording too. I love this. Well, let's go restart the run. So after it gets the bug fixed, nerf isn't too bad. Yeah, I mean, we've run it twice and had zero problems. That's the first time we've had it, and we had like 3 dodges plus like multiple stuns. That was rough. Yeah, stunning. Yeah. But yeah, we'll just run it again. Essentially, same strat. So basic here. Hit that ability. Call in Hunter as always. We're gonna hit this one. That time it didn't dodge. Thank goodness. We're gonna actually get through him quickly. But then there's a dodge right there. We love to see it, you know. Just go ahead and kill off him. We're gonna hit this ability and let's. Oh my gosh, the dodges are getting ridiculous, dude. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cry. Let's get in there. Yeah, we're just gonna keep losing this now that I'm making a video. This is great. And there's the stuns. Lovely. Well, I guess this isn't as stable as I thought it was, so we're gonna hold on. We've got to check time. 27 minutes. Okay. We'll save a hot utils profile here. Hit that, and we'll edit this after the fact. Save a hot utils profile. I gotta get some score in for my guild. Otherwise, they're gonna be upsetty spaghetti at me. Odds, loadouts, refresh. If only I had more time. Post nerf at Relic 5, Relic 7? I don't know. But, I mean, at tier 0, they seem to be fine. A lot more annoying by a maxed R5 by changing turn order and priorities. There you go. Okay, so create new loadout. Bad batch. Include all characters. No. Select bad batch. You. No Omega. Create new loadout. Okay, got that. Now let's try and speed run this. Okay. Applying mods. I'm like tempted to throw accuracy on these characters. Like, that's how crazy these dodges are. Like, I was doing fine, had no problems, and then just every time I tried while recording, dodge. Like, yes, Crosshair, obviously, is gonna not hit anything. He's not meant to hit anything until he's lost his stacks. But, like, the fact that no one was hitting anyone at all is wild. You know, I do your score raids before the timer ends. Yes, I realize this. This is why I am using hot utils on my other screen right now. That's what I was kind of just sitting there for a second. We're not gonna worry about like doing anything insane. We're just gonna worry about getting like 2 full runs in. I don't think my guild's really going to be upset at me if I do, you know, just that. Hit him. Go ahead and throw all of that out there. And hit that. Gosh, I love that so much. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. Oh, come on. Kill him. Thank you. I can't hit that guy, so we're just gonna have to do this. Make sure we get a max score. I feel like they're stunning a lot more recently. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like the stuns are kind of coming out of nowhere. Okay, there we go. And now we just hit the AoE on Tarkin, and I think this entire wave's gone. I mean, we don't even need that at this point. Holy crap. Done. Okay, there we go. Full score. Never, ever, 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 ever hit the taunt in the first couple of turns with Scorch. If you hit the taunt on Scorch in the first couple of turns, your Scorch will die every single time. Do not touch the taunt on the Scorch. Something about while they're taunting and the amount of hits they take, I haven't read the kits because I'm not that invested. Something about the amount of hits that a taunting tank takes is activates the Order 66, and then a disguised clone trooper will one-tap him in one hit. And so I just never hit that taunt on any of my teams in the first turn, because if you use a taunt in the first couple of turns, you just wreck your run and you lose your tank immediately. So just avoid that. Appreciate you, Wep, but I am doing my attempts right now, so we should be good. I think we're just going to do one Jedi Vanguard and call it a day, and they can deal with that. I mean, am I pushing us to another crate? Is that that's like the question here. Guild rewards. No, I'm not pushing us to a new crate. So that means that I don't mind just getting one more score in, and I will apologize to my guild after the effect. But I feel like our Bad Batch testing is a little bit more important. I appreciate it, Wep. Hey, Agent Milton, welcome, welcome. Hondo and a pirate run. Asana lead with their Sana, I'm guessing. Sana and Nest. Hondo dipped out in wave 2 and was defeated. He was then usable again for me. Oh, that's weird. I have no idea how this team is going to work, especially because I don't have mods on, like, these two characters right here. But I'm like, I have them, so I might as well, like, utilize them, right? We have the lightsaber gun, guys. No matter what, he's dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Jocasta New, congratulations. You're getting some offense health mods. We're just gonna drop in my bow mods. Bow. 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 And bow. Where is Bo? Bo, I know you're here. Don't lie to me. Where are you, Bo? Why am I blind? Why am I missing Bo? Am I blind? Or did it move it to someone who, like, someone else already using it? Oh, I just saw it. Kit Fisto has it, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. It'd be right here. No? 30 speed. There it is. Qui-Gon Jinn has it. Thank you. I will take that. Okay. And then Ayla Sakura, I don't know. Give me offense health as well for her. Sure. Okay, there. I mean, most of the stuff that Ayla gives to the team is turned off just because I don't have a Zeta, but... Use Deppa's middle special first. Dang, Jocasta does some gross damage. Hey, Storm. Real life sucks, man. Busy, busy, busy. Dang, dude. Well, I'm glad you could make it to the stream. Hope things get a little bit better for you in the near future. Dang, they're ramping damage so fast now. Goodness gracious. It's always the first little bit that's rough. But yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. I feel like it's been forever. They didn't do anything to the Dark Side clone splits yet, but they did fix the Bad Batch. We've been doing some testing with it today. Easy. Interesting. Well, if we can get that working, that'd be interesting to utilize Zai. You think you know what happened. Let's hear it. Okay, there's my second full score. My guild shouldn't get mad at me now. Okay, let's do a tier 0 run with good mods on our Bad Batch. Yeah, no, that's how that works, Zai, yeah. But he shouldn't be reusable after that point. Jocast is better with back lead now. Yeah, well, we're not looking to maximize scores here. We're looking to get scores in so my guild doesn't get mad at me. Dang, that was a good hit from right there. That was a big oof. Let's go in on this guy. Let's cheese a little bit. Okay, there we go. We have him back. We can just keep cheesing for a bit. Because even if they both throw bombs, that's only 10 stacks away. Those freaking stuns. Okay. That's looking like that's an easy win. Okay. We'll try this again. Yeah. I'm guessing you're right there, Madness. Oh gosh, how much time do I have? 10 minutes? Okay. 10 minutes. Okay, we're gonna make a video. Because I think this is working. Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Now, we were struggling because we were wondering how CG is going to absolutely wreck this squad. Now, the patch did go through where they removed the tier 7 bonus, which is a pretty significant bonus, and it was affecting every tier, apparently. It was giving 100% accuracy, as well as increased execute stacks on Lord Vader when marks were dispelled, and increased damage from stealth targets and decreased damage to non-stealth targets. So really, really good buffs. And so we were worried how this was going to affect it overall. Before we had this change, we were looking at tier 0 with gear 8, a Bad Batch in our initial testing with just auto-assigned mods, and we were getting roughly 225,000, which was amazing. And then we put on some like good mods, some solid mods, and then it went up to 300k with like literally a breeze. Now, we tried doing our testing today with having the Bad Batch essentially go in with just the crap mods of auto-assign. Didn't work almost at all. We weren't really getting anything. It does look like overall you might have to change some target priorities for the higher relic levels, but at least for Gear 8 Bad Batch, I have been able to do it with good mods. Now, I've done it with mods that are just specifically designed for PvP, and those worked fairly well. We had some hiccups when there was a lot of dodges, but otherwise it seemed to work pretty well. Right now, the stuff that I have on them is just auto-assigned from hot utils, where I just was like, throw the best mods I have on it, and that's about it. And so just basically it seems like kind of a speed check for the most part, having some decent speeds, and if you throw the PvP mods, you shouldn't have much problem. So if you've modded them for PvP and they at least have like the above like 80 speed per character, 60 to 90 speed kind of area that you usually should have for all characters in your roster as a base minimum, you should be fine. These are not like, you'll see broken sets across these and all kinds of stuff just to get more speed, because Hot Utils does that quite often as it's trying to match stats. So it's not really a hugely important thing, just kind of speed. If you want to do the what swago.gg suggests, it works. I did it on the stream. You can go and check out the stream if you want to see the successful attempts and the unsuccessful attempts. But the first 2 times I tried it was a breeze. Next 2 times I tried it, bit, just too many dodges, and it just kind of fell apart. So we're going to go over the overall theory and everything like that. We are using no Zetas, gear 8. You can bring them to gear 10 if you want to make this easier. It's not going to really cost you any Kairos. In fact, I believe Crosshair doesn't even require Kairos until like gear 11. And so you can bring them up quite a bit, or you can bring up their star levels, of course, but just looking at like bare minimum, you're trying to get 5 stars, gear 8, and get a good score. It seems like this works pretty dang well, and it's just the same strat of going for Fox, then Apo, and then going through the clones, and that's about it. Now, I will explain the team a little bit and talk about it. So when you hit an enemy, after that enemy is marked, where if you hit them again, kind of like a bounty hunter contract, except you'll get a buff called target practice, which will increase your damage. Now, this target practice becomes vitally important if any of your characters die, because once they hit 0 health, they gain captive, and they have 10 turns to essentially get so many target practices before they die permanently. And so you're trying to ramp up your target practices to bring them back from death, and then you just have the character back. And the nice thing is, we may see it in this, we may not, it just kind of depends on the run, but if you kill off one of the clones in the middle and you can just hit Lord Vader without, like, you know, finishing the phase and rescuing the Jedi, you can actually just spam target practice on him. Even if you're killing off the clones too fast, you can still be able to just ramp up target practice on Lord Vader and be able to use that to get back some of your characters at times. When it comes to Hunter has essentially a mass assist, a insane damage ability that'll one-tap people, and then he has a basic that will call someone to assist. Because we don't have the little mark on this guy, we're not able to gain target practice. I like to just use basic to start here, just to get that mark. And so now you have the little mark thing, damage this enemy to gain target practice. And so I'm going to just go ahead and hit this, get speed up on all of our allies. She essentially is just a healer and gives a whole bunch of buffs, essentially, is her big thing. Her basic really doesn't do much. We use it sometimes with the exposes to finish off a character, but that's about it. You got an ability that applies bleed. Not really important. It's mostly important that this attack hits twice so you can ramp up some good target practice. This one applies a mark and gives offense. I do like using that first, just to get that offense on our guys to try and get through Fox as fast as possible. Crosshair is going to have, once again, just like Hunter, a crazy ability that deals a ton of damage, but it's locked until he can get rid of all of his stacks. The fastest way to get rid of his stacks is to use this ability on himself, but if you use it on Hunter, you can call in another person to assist, which can ramp your target practice, as well as just get more damage out on Fox early. And so that's usually what I go for, is I just use this ability to always call him and just naturally let those stacks eventually fall off as he takes turns. Avoid the AoE on Wrecker, like, at all times, unless there's no counterattacks. If you ever see Retribution, you should not be using AoEs. It'll reduce Lord Vader's things, and he'll take turns faster, and you'll lose Jedi. So we're just going to hit our first special. They'll take their turns and be magically delicious about it. Basic here. He's going to miss basically every shot until he loses his stacks. That's fine. He's honestly almost dead. As much as I want to use the mass assist, I think the basic will be enough. I'm just going to basic here. Yeah, there we go. Do we need a heal? We do need a heal, but he has healing immunity, unfortunately, so we're not going to use that. Instead, we're just going to use our last ability. Let's go ahead and start working on Apo, trying to get through him. Once again, avoid AoEs. We do not want to absolutely wreck ourselves. Basic. And we can use our mass assist here, get some target practice, as well as finish him off if possible. Not quite enough, unfortunately. But hey, we're through him now. We're going to get that offense increase. Okay, we are now through Apo, which is solid. Now we just got to get through the enemies that we're fighting. Still healing immunity, so we can't really do anything about that. But we can hit that ability just to be able to get them weaker. We're going to try and focus someone down. I will try and focus down one of the Nightfall Troopers, just because he's about to take a turn, so if we don't kill him quick, he might stealth, and then we're stuck. So there we go. And we have to get this target practice to get Wrecker back. And so what we can do is, now that we have access to Lord Vader, we can just kind of spam abilities on Lord Vader and use that to essentially just get our wrecker back. So right here, we're calling the Mass Assist, and we have our wrecker back. And so you can essentially use Lord Vader as a cheese to get your characters back, which is super, super nice. Careful, of course, if he's low on stacks, then you could end up losing a Jedi if you're using this. So you do want to be careful with it. Let's go ahead and get our offense going again. One tap that guy. Now, because these two don't have counterattacks or anything, we are going to hit our AoE here. We want to try and kill these guys off before we kill Vader, just to, maximize our run as much as possible. So we're just going to kind of sit here and spam basics on Vader until such a time as we can focus down these guys and they lose stealth. If you have the Zeta Batcher, of course, you can ignore stealth and take care of it, but we do not. So we're gonna have to do something at least. And we're not going to waste our good abilities on this, because we can use the good ability on Crosshair and on Hunter to basically one-tap people in the next round, which is super, super solid. So we'll try and kill the Disguised Clone Troopers as much as possible, because they are a pain in the butt and can one-tap your guys if they do get Order 66 on them. And there we go. Now we're down to 2 people. And as you can see, this is going to be a fairly easy max run. Overall, I don't think it's going to be vitally important. If you're struggling, of course, you can bring their gear up a bit. You can put on some good mods if you want to. It's just basically auto-assign mods, and low speed mods is really the thing that's going to cause this to not work, it seems like. Because when I was running low speed, I was kind of getting absolutely screwed. I was getting 20,000 tops. So none too shabby overall. Back into the last one. So now we're going to start, getting through the last group of them. We don't need heals, so we'll just basic here. You saw there, I did start focusing on these troopers, because if we were to focus on these guys, they're about to go under stealth, and I don't want to have to try and deal with getting under stealth to hit them. Because we don't really have any good buff dispels or anything, and so we're just going to kind of avoid that. He's not stealthed, so if I hit him, we're going to get a counterattack, so I'm just going to hit the Disguised Clone Trooper. We do have a Mass Assist. I'll take that Mass Assist and see if we can't take down the Clone Trooper. Heck yeah. Get through him. And now it's just a matter of waiting until this Disguised Clone Trooper takes a turn, and that'll be a max score. And even when you, I've had times where I haven't been able to get through the 2 Disguised Clone Troopers on the first round and had to go straight through Vader and get the Jedi done. It's fine, because you can get 10,000 for each character that takes a turn during the enraged portion. And so I've skipped the last 2 Disguised Clone Troopers. In fact, you could probably skip the last 3 Disguised Clone Trooper, or the last 3 Clone Troopers in the first round of Clone Troopers and be totally fine. But we're just kind of waiting for this guy to take a turn, just because we want to make sure we maximize our score as much as possible. We really don't need it. We don't. But hey, who doesn't like maximizing score? Okay, and there we go. There's a max score. So hopefully this helps you guys. It's not as bad as we were expecting. It sounds like when it comes to this, we're going to be looking at a little bit rougher on the modding and that type of thing. But if you're taking your time and you're getting in there and you're putting some effort into your PvP modding for this team, or you're willing to take them to Gear 10, or you have some mod loadouts that you can just pull from other characters and bring them, to these characters and call it a day. You find 5 characters that are well modded, and you can just move those mods over to these characters, then move them back. Whatever you want to do, I think you're going to be solid going through this as long as you have some good speed. I would say try to shoot for 80 speed or more is the times that I've had the most success, but 60 to 90 is kind of the area that you want most characters. So I don't think it's unreasonable for sure. But yeah, hopefully this helps. Throw in the comment section if you've done it at Relic 5, Relic 7, and how it went for you. I've heard some people talk about they need to change up their target priority, and it made it a little bit more difficult at those higher levels. But at least at Gear 8, just some good modding, no Zetas, you can pull something good off. So hopefully that assuages your concerns. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you for giving a damn. Ugh. Wow, you cut that close? Yeah, like literally I got that in. I don't know if you guys saw that. I literally got that in as it finalized results. That was absolutely wild. Gosh. Okay. Let me check my guild. I need to get the I need to get my platoons in real quick. Oh, I don't have any platoon assignments for this one. Okay, sweet. Well, that was essentially the stream, was just to try and get that in before I before the raid ended for me. So I'm going to go ahead and whip up a thumbnail and call it a day. First try. Yeah, exactly. It was first try, obviously. But thank you guys for joining me. I am going to call it there. We will be doing a Conquest stream where we speedrun all of Conquest in like a day on, I think, Friday. And so keep an eye out for that. We'll probably do a roster review stream tomorrow. I don't know how much time I have tonight to do anything more, unfortunately, because I've got a whole bunch of personal stuff to take care of today. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it helped you guys as well as those who will watch that video. And let's see if there's anyone to raid real quick. Is Nooch still live? Oh, we got quite a few people still live. We got Nooch and Yoder and Caracol. Although Yoder and Caracol look like they're playing Marvel Rivals together. Do you guys want to go see Nooch? Here, we'll throw out a poll for you guys real quick. Raid who? Caracol Rivals. Or Nooch Swago. Your guys' choice. Vote now or forever hold your peace. Would you rather go watch Marvel Rivals with Caracol and Yoder? Or would you rather go watch Nooch Too Good playing some Swago? Looks like, oh, it's 50-50 right now. Quick, someone break that tie.
Credits will do fine.
Raid MOAR stream. Sure. MOAR. Sure.
On this adventure of dreams,
What?
you
Sure.
would fulfill all your wishes.
Okay.
You would have
Girl.
every kind of pleasure you could conceive.
Mara just went to the groomer, so she smells all pretty and stuff.
5 years of total pleasure each. You would say, wow, that was pretty great.
Pip. Paw. Got it. Other paw. Other paw. No, other paw. Other paw. More. Other paw. Other paw. Jate, good girl. Pip. Okay. Now. Looks like we are finalized on Nooch. So let's go raid Nooch. Gosh, I don't know which one of these is him and which one's his vertical stream. I think this is the right one.
Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Where something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig
Okay.
that and come out of that.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you for giving a damn.